Hi, you are watching SightsIn Plus and this is Romesh Srivastav. Please do subscribe the channel for the HR news, for HR updates and conversation with top-notch CHROs. Today, we are going to discuss about the latest update on EPS-95 Higher Pension. Actually, the EPFO recently has released two notifications, and one notification was issued on June 1st, that is deleted, and another notification is issued on June 2nd. So 2nd June notification talks about joint declaration option. And the EPFO has also fixed a deadline of 20 days for their officers to validate the joint applications. To discuss in detail what are these two notifications and how these notifications are going to help to the employees, those who are looking for the higher pension. Today we have Mr. Amarnath Verma. He is a former executive director at NTPC. So, Mr. Verma, in our previous discussion, we have talked about that how employees can opt for the higher pension, what are the procedural complexities in opting for the higher pension, and we have also discussed about it, what is the additional 1.16% of the contribution that would be deducted from the employer's account. We're not going to repeat this, but we will put the YouTube link in the description box. Now I want to know from you that what you understand by these two notifications.
Thank you, Mr. Srivastava, for having me here. As we have discussed earlier, a series of circulars and guidelines have been issued by EPFO during the last 7 months or so after the decision of the Supreme Court in the higher pension case, which was delivered on 4th of November 2022. The latest circulars that have been issued are in the first week of June, the 1st June and the 2nd June. 1st June, there was a circular issued by EPFO which talks about computation of the pensionable salary would have determined the extent of the estimated pension amount that are going to be given to the applicants once the higher pension is finalized. But very interestingly, the circular which was issued by EPFO on the 1st of June was deleted from the EPFO's website. But people have downloaded it earlier, and it has been in circulation for in various various circles. So this circular talks about the quantum of the definition of pensionable salary for the pre-2014 cases and post-2014 cases. मतलब जो लोग 2014 के पहले रिटायर किए थे, उनका पेंशनेबल सैलरी कैलकुलेट करने के लिए एवरेज ऑफ 12 मंथ्स लिया जाएगा, और जो लोग 2014 के बाद रिटायर किए, उनका पेंशनेबल सैलरी का कैलकुलेशन on the basis of last 60 months wages would be taken into account once they reach the 58 years of age. ये इसलिए जरूरी हो गया था कि there was a lot of speculation and lot of rumors were floating in the market that EPFO might think of revising the definition of pensionable salary, and the entire pensionable period was going to be reckoned. और अगर ऐसा होता तो the expected pension amount would have been reduced very significantly. So when the circular came on 1st June, there was a great deal of relief to the in the minds of people that at least the definition of pensionable salary has been kept as per the provision as it is existing. Although the wording was kept as of now, meaning thereby that in future there can be some changes. But having said that, the circular was deleted from the website. So that is also leading a lot of speculation in the minds of people as to why it was put there on the website and why it was removed. But those persons who are closely interacting or closely watching the proceedings, one of the reasons are technical in nature, in the sense that the reference of the circular, one of the references was of previous circular dated 9/5, the circular which was issued by 9/5, उसका रेफरेंस दिया हुआ था इस सर्कुलर में, जो कि 9/5 को मॉडिफाई करके 11/5 में कन्वर्ट कर दिया गया था। तो परहैप्स देयर वाज अ टेक्निकल मिस्टेक, उसके वजह से ये हो सकता है कि ऐसा किया गया हो। But that is in the, I mean, that is speculation. But the gist of the matter is that EPFO had issued a circular which says that the pensionable salary ka definition for post 2014 would be 60 months average salary, and pre 14 retirees ka jo pensionable salary hoga, that will be 12 months. So that is a good sign that the people can now compute, because the formula is pensionable salary into pensionable period divided by 70. तो वो डिसाइड करना, मतलब वर्कआउट करना इजी हो गया है। उसके बाद 2 जून को एक सर्कुलर और निकला था जिसमें द गाइडलाइन और डायरेक्शंस which were given by the EPFO to the field officers was that the बहुत सारे जो लोग एम्प्लॉयर्स और एम्प्लॉय ने जो ज्वाइंट एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म सबमिट किया था, वो वहां से EPFO में भेजा गया। नाउ उनको जब फील्ड ऑफिसर्स में भेजना है, उनको चेक करने का डेट, जो अर्लियर डेट रखा गया था, पीरियड 1 मंथ था, उसको घटा के 20 डेज किया गया। एंड in case of any discrepancy between whatever employee or the employer have submitted to the EPFO, और EPFO के अपने रिकॉर्ड में अगर कुछ डेटा में डिस्क्रिपेंसी होती है, then the 20 I mean within 20 days these things are to be settled by the employers to the EPFO, so that
The
the
second
settlement of
notification, so the second notification which is issued on 2nd June, that talks about the joint declaration option, and the deadline is fixed for the 20 days. Now,
yes,
earlier, which was 1 month, I think.
वो 1 महीना का समय टाइम पीरियड दिया गया था फॉर सेटलिंग दी।
So how do you think, earlier we also discussed about the procedural complexities, the EPFO, they were demanding for the proof of this joint declaration. So do you think this notification is going to help somehow to the employees, those who are looking for the opting the pension, higher pension?
As I had said earlier, the basic I mean problem which has been created because of the various circulars, that the pre-approved joint option form for employees to submit under the section 26(6) of the EPS Act was a mandatory requirement, meaning thereby that employee should have taken approval, employee and employer should have taken approval from EPFO authorities for consenting to contribute at the rate of 12% of the total salary. तो ये प्री जो 26(6) में प्रोविजन है कि पहले से अप्रूवल लेकर के आपको जमा करना चाहिए, बट वैसा वो सिस्टम में था नहीं, और कभी भी किसी ने उस तरह का अप्रूवल ऑब्टेन नहीं किया, और EPFO ने अप्रूवल दिया भी नहीं है। तो उसको सोल्यूशन टू गिव अ सोल्यूशन फॉर दिस सिचुएशन, मेनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैव created a certificate whereby they have given a certificate to their employees, जहां पर कि उन्होंने ये मेंशन किया है कि ये एम्प्लॉई हमारे रोल्स पे कंटिन्यूअसली बने रहे हैं और EPFO के मेंबर हैं, और इन्होंने और हम लोगों ने जॉइंटली 12% ऑफ द टोटल सैलरी पे कंट्रीब्यूट किया है। तो दैट शुड बी अ प्रूफ इनफ टू इंश्योर दैट द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ 26(6) इज मेट। लेकिन अभी जो एम्प्लॉयर की तरफ से जो डिटेल्स भरे गए हैं बाय एम्प्लॉइज, ज्वाइंट एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म भरे गए हैं और उसमें ये सर्टिफिकेट लगाया गया है, वहां पे भी EPFO के फील्ड ऑफिसर्स ने वापस एम्प्लॉयर्स को ये कम्युनिकेशन दिया है कि प्रायर अप्रूवल हैज नॉट बीन इनक्लोज्ड विद द एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म, मीनिंग देयरबाय दैट दे आर स्टिल इंसिस्टिंग ऑन pre-approved approval from the EPFO, which is a very I mean difficult thing to obtain at this stage, because अगर आपने पहले अप्लाई नहीं किया तो आपको पहले से कैसे मिल सकता है। So this is the main bone of contention. Then there are certain queries regarding the specific amounts that have been contributed and claimed by the employers, that this much amount has been actually deposited with EPFO, and they are disputing that we have not received. So that is a matter of reconciliation, and that is a matter of records to be seen by and settled between the employer and the EPFO. So that is not a big thing. The biggest challenge would come in the form of settling the issue of certificate which is required to be submitted for 26(6) requirement.
So this process was started in November, I think last year. Then again, we have seen a lot of notifications and a lot of linger on there, a lot of procedural complexities. So what is your thought of this? What do you think? How much time they are going to take at least to allow for the higher pension and to sanction it?
See, as anybody can understand, this is a very complex problem and a vast issue, because the number of employees who are members of EPFO and who can opt for, as I told in the previous discussion, that the original estimate was that 50 lakh people would be submitting. But because of the procedural complexities and other problems, almost 12 lakh applications were received till May, and a few more would have been added by now. I'm not aware about the exact figures, but the challenges are very great, both for the employers, because they have to verify a great deal of data, and also on the part of EPFO. But having said that, when the provision or the possibility of a higher pension is there, and it is provided in the EPS Act, and when the Supreme Court has given a mandate that EPFO must settle all these things on priority, obviously there is a aspiration in the minds of people that these things must be settled at the earliest, and by resorting to means which are easy to understand and easy to implement, rather than going into for a great deal of complexities and great deal of checking. I've also been informed that the certificate given by employers that this much amount has been given, that should not be, when the employer those employee organizations which are exempted, so their statement should be good enough to give the confidence to the EPFO people that these statements are correct and they should be taken on the face value, rather than examining each and every minute details, because the period is from 1995 up till now. So to find out the challans and when they were deposited in the EPFO office and asking for such records would be really a great challenge, and it will only delay the process. So EPFO should come out with innovative methods and simplified methods, so that employers, the organizations, and the EPFO can jointly work out. And I'm told that government is putting a lot more emphasis on settling the higher pension issues at the earliest, and a great deal of measures have been taken. But it is anybody's guess that how fast the things will be settled. But aspirations of employees are there, that they are aspiring to get the higher pension, and they must get it because it is provided in the Act, and it is approved and recognized by the Supreme Court. So sooner it is done, the better.
So finally, as a concluding remark, I would like to know from you that how these two notifications, the latest two notifications, are going to help to the employers, those who are opting for the higher pension, number one. And second, what is your advice to the employees, those who are looking to opt for the higher pension?
See, the employees will obviously depend for the data verification on the records available with the organizations. It is very difficult for the employees to maintain and retain all the data in their own records, but organizations have to help them. But having said that, the method of finalizing or arriving at a conclusion on the basis of data supplied by the organization should be accepted by the EPFO authorities. And at least the circular which was issued on 1st June, if it is implemented, then at least the current status of pensionable salaries definition for the pre-2014 and post-2014 cases will be settled, and the expected amount of pensions can be granted by the EPFO, and it will be a win-win situation for everyone, because even if the employees are going to pay a huge amount of dues and they are not going to get decent pension, that will not be justice with them. So EPFO has to settle all these issues, and they have to stick as per the formula or as per the definitions which was agreed to as per the 2014 notification. And any further notification that can be applicable should be in the prospective mode rather than on the retrospective mode.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Verma, for joining the conversation and sharing your wonderful thoughts on this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Srivastava. Thank you very much.